Hello, welcome to Beth Roars, where we look at your favourite singers to find out what makes them them. This guy is pride of Britain. It reminds me of my saxophone teacher, Mr. Alexander, who was Welsh. Hello, Mr. Alexander. He had a picture of this man on his music room wall. It's Tom Jones.
So many times, thought I knew the score.
Oh, his tone, it gets
Now
me.
you treated me so wrong, I can't take anymore. And it looks like
Oh, Tom, you made me want to cry.
I'm never gonna fall in love again.
I love Tom Jones. His voice is fantastic. He has such power. In fact, there's loads of rumors about him breaking microphones and things with his voice being so big. Now, how is his voice this big? I'm sure that it's to do with the size of his vocal tract. It makes it a really efficient resonance chamber that really boosts all those frequencies and makes everything sound so warm and big and powerful, yet like a lovely cuddle. And obviously, here he's like super emotional with it. See how open his mouth is as well? Okay, so how can we get this big tone? Okay, there is a good and a bad thing. Not many of us are going to sound like Tom Jones. That's the bad side. However, we can enhance our natural tone and improve our natural tone by using some of the techniques, by opening our mouth, keeping that big open space. He has a raised soft palate, his tongue is relaxed in his mouth, his breathing is spot on. He's not pushing out loads of breath to make a big sound, but actually he's shaping his vocal tract. So everything above the larynx to the lips, that whole space to boost the frequencies. It's all about the shape you make rather than how much you push. And he is really expressing. He's really playing good things like sliding off the ends of notes, doing things like cry, adding cry into his tone, which is basically like this little puppy noise. It's great. See that shape? All those things.
I thought they were only lies, but when I caught you in his arms, I just broke down and cried, and it looks like I'm never gonna fall in love again.
I love, he's about to go to a really big bit. I love how he is really clever with where he's using the consonants. So in the earlier part, or in the lower parts of the song, he is doing things like closing onto the consonants, love. So you get this almost held back hum. And then when he's going to those moments where he's being really emotional and it's higher, he's really, really opening up. You see how relaxed his jaw is, that big open space that he's making. And it is definitely, from a technical perspective, much easier to sing on the vowel when you're higher, but when you're in kind of speaking range, you can play around with singing on the consonant a little bit more. But also emotionally, you want it to sound like a cry on those big high notes, and you don't cry on a consonant. because that would be weird. Imagine. But you do it on a vowel. And normally a big open vowel, not a closed one. It's so good, that mix. And that forward placement. Yes. So one of the amazing things about him is his range, the ability to get up to that higher register even as a baritone, and he is able to reach that through using things like twang. So twang is like a wah wah sort of sound. Now, if it's nasality, it's traveling through your nose, and you can't make that sound if you're pinching your nose. Wah. If you can do it while pinching your nose, you're doing twang. So if you kind of get stuck and you get like wah, and it gets stuck like that, then you kind of want to feel that resonance move down a little bit. For me, it certainly feels like that. Everyone does feel things a little differently, but try experimenting. See if you can make that kind of nasal tone while holding your nose, and then you're found twang. Now, if you can keep that feeling as you go up, then you should be able to kind of find some more of those high notes. But it only really works if you have everything nice and relaxed, if you have your breathing on point, you have your jaw relaxed, and you're still maintaining a lot of space. You're not kind of closing off your soft palate or raising your larynx, or tightening your neck. Oh. What a dude. Yes, Tom Jones. Yes. I mean, Tom Jones is a master. He's a master at phrasing things. He's a master at dynamics. Although he has that big tone, it's not always massive. He can bring it down and be sensitive. And then when he goes to that massive place, he just has everything on point. That technique is on point, and it gets you. It makes your hairs on your arms stand on end. And he's someone who's worked really, really hard on his voice. He says to this day that he still does his warm-ups, he still practices every day, and that is the sign of a great vocalist. Someone who really, really understands their voice and keeps up that skill. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Down.